Hello everyone, welcome back to Coach Craig Sports. Today is Wednesday, so we're going to be doing the Thursday Night Football starts and sits, as well as taking a look at the line for the Thursday Night Football game between the New England Patriots and the Atlanta Falcons. This video is coming out just a little bit later than I typically do it. Just got busy with a couple other different things today, trying to catch up on everything from the past couple of days, but without further ado, we'll get started off with the Thursday Night Football line. So the over-under on this game is 47 points. I definitely think there's a good chance that this game hits the under. I don't think a lot of points are going to be scored between these two offenses. Patriots defense is pretty tough overall. Falcons defense not the best, but the Patriots aren't like super explosive on offense by any means though either. The Patriots are 7-point road favorites, which is actually a pretty big margin there. The implied point totals for these two teams is the Patriots with about 27 points and the Falcons with about 20 points. So you're looking for about maybe 4 touchdowns out of the Patriots, a couple touchdowns, a couple field goals. And then for the Falcons side, we got 3 touchdowns or a couple touchdowns and a couple field goals as well. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be too high a scoring game overall. So just keep that in mind as we go throughout this. But I'm going to go over to the starts and sits for each team next. We're going to start off with the Patriots. So Mac Jones, I think he's a streamable quarterback this week. You could definitely do a lot worse. If you have somebody that you feel is a better option, a top 10 option this week, you can definitely roll with that option instead. But I would not shy away from Mac Jones if I had to play him this week overall. Damian Harris, Ramondre Stevenson, Brandon Bolden's also here too. He's questionable with the hip injury. We'll see if he ends up playing or not. Ramondre Stevenson, obviously coming off that big week, looking pretty good. Damian Harris, however, has been the guy most of the season. He cleared concussion protocol earlier today. Looks like he's going to play. So you're looking at some type of split backfield. If Bolden's out there too, he's going to be that third down back because he's good in the pass protection. He can catch the ball out of the backfield and do that stuff too. So this gets to be a really, really cloudy situation. If Bolden does not play, both these guys are probably, low-end running back 2, flex play type options. If I had to pick one, I'd probably still pick Damian Harris at this point in time since he's been the clear leader throughout the season. So for me, if you don't have better options, you can play both these guys. If you do have a better option or you're not in a position where you need to start them, I would just let them sit on your bench for this week. See how everything shakes out with this rotation for the running backs for the Patriots at this point in time. Jacoby Myers, he's going to be like a wide receiver 3 for me this week. Flex play type of option. So obviously if you need to start him, you're going to be starting him. Nelson Aguilar, Kendrick Bourne, I'm not really trusting either one this week. It is a good matchup, but really just picking the spots where these guys go off is very, very difficult so far this season. Hunter Henry, he's going to be a start. He's been very solid at tight end so far this year. I know a lot of it's due to touchdown, but Falcons are another good team for him to play against as well. Jonnu Smith, he missed last week with that shoulder injury. We'll see if he ends up playing this week, but he's going to be a sit for me either way. Patriots defense, definitely a streamable defense this week. You can play them and feel pretty confident about them overall. Nick Folk, the kicker, if he's your kicker, he's been using them for a while. You're probably just going to roll with him once again. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to the Falcons as well. So on the Falcons side of the ball, not like a lot of guys I'm really excited about. So Matt Ryan's going to be a sit for me this week. Patriots defense is pretty tough overall. He does not have like a lot of weapons around him. We got these 3 running backs now. So we got Mike Davis, not been very efficient this year. He's probably going to be a sit for me unless, Cordero Patterson misses. If Cordero Patterson misses, Wayne Gallman and Mike Davis probably looking like low-end running back 2 flex play type of options. I do think Wayne Gallman was worth picking up this week. We don't know exactly how this situation is going to pan out, much like the Patriots situation where Wayne Gallman got a lot of work in the second half last week. But is that how it's going to be this week where he's going to get more work, or is it just going to go back to Mike Davis? If Cordero Patterson plays, you can start him. Otherwise, these other 2 guys I'm probably just going to sit this week, see how it all shakes out. But Wayne Gallman is somebody I do like and somebody that I think is worth having on your bench for the rest of the season with a little bit of upside for more. When it comes to the Atlanta Falcons wide receivers, Russell Gage, Tajay Sharp, Olamide Zaccheaus, they're all sits for me this week. I do not feel comfortable starting any of them. One of them is probably going to have a good game. Predicting which of these 3 it's going to be is almost impossible at this point in time. Then for Kyle Pitts at tight end, yes, I know everybody's super excited about Kyle Pitts, but for me personally, he's a sit this week. But I understand if you don't have another tight end, there's nobody else to pick up on waivers, you're going to have to start him either way. But just temper your expectations. The Patriots have been known to take away the best offensive weapon on the opposing team more often than not. So if Cordero Patterson's not playing, the really only offensive weapon they have is Kyle Pitts. So Bill Belichick, his son, Matt Patricia, whoever else is on that defensive staff, their main goal is going to be to take Kyle Pitts away in that situation. So it's probably not going to be the best game for him overall. Just have to see how it pans out. But if you have him, you have no other options, you're going to start him. If you have another comparable option that you'll feel comfortable with this week, or a tight end that's in a good matchup this week, I'd definitely roll with that other option this week though. For the Falcons defense, we've seen how bad they've been most of the season, most of the past couple of years as well, so they're going to be a set for me as well. And then Younghoe Koo, the kicker, If you have him, if you've been rolling with him, you're probably relatively happy with his performance so far. It's not as good as last season, but still a relatively competent kicker and a guy that's not going to kill you more weeks than not. But with that being said, that's a quick little rundown on the starts and sits for this game. If you guys have any other questions, especially regarding starts and sits for this matchup, like I said, it's not an exciting high-power matchup or anything like that, so you kind of your typical Thursday night game where we're not super excited about it. But if there's any other questions you guys do have, be sure to leave them down in the comments, and I will get back to you as quickly as possible. But with that being said, if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it. It helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your fantasy football teams, helping you with your DFS, whether it's NFL or NBA, talking a little bit of injury news, talking a little bit of NFL news here and there as well, mainly in these starts and sits videos. So the one that I do for the Thursday night football matchup, and then the one that I do on Saturday for all the other remaining teams as well. And then with that being said, if you are a new or current subscriber who's yet to do so, also hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. Tomorrow is Thursday, so I'll be taking a look at the Thursday night football single game showdown slate for both DraftKings and FanDuel. So if you're into DFS, if you're into the single game slates, definitely be sure to check that one out as well. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoy. And then last but not least, special little shout out to each and every one of you watching today's video. I truly do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Definitely means a lot to me, and I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.